Hi guys, so one of the questions about Skyline, one of the Leetcode questions that I'm going to do a video on right now, 218, the Skyline problem. And the key to understanding something about this problem before I actually work on it is you're not actually going to figure out how to do this question by watching this video. Yeah, that's right. So why are you still here? Why are you still here, man? I'm gonna click off the video? No, I'm just kidding. But, okay, what you should do to understand this problem, in my opinion, okay, is to find a way to remember the algorithm first. Because the truth is that the line between understanding something and memorizing something is not that different, right? And then once you have questions about what it is you've memorized, because it takes a much shorter time to do that than to develop the intuition about it, then you're going to be able to ask the right questions and maybe figure out where it is that you have gaps in your understanding of this algorithm. And you play around the algorithm a bit, and then you are able to create it on your own. And that's really the barometer for how you can understand a problem. But okay, I know you clicked on this video, or I hope you did, because you want to know how to solve this question in particular. And that's really, but what I described was the approach. So what I would do is I would find any solution in any language you like, and just maybe a short one, and then try to remember it. And then once you can type it out yourself, ask questions about the code, try to console log or print out parts of the code which you're not really sure how it works, or if you wonder if you can change a thing and it wouldn't matter, and then you know it's not that important, and then you know which parts of the code are really what enables this problem to be solved. Alright, and that kind of goes for any algorithm that you find. But let's talk specifically about the buildings. Okay, so what does this question actually want? They want the contours, right? So you see this building here, they want this line here, but they don't want this. So for not every x coordinate will be within this building will be represented, right? Although wait, hang on, 2, 3, yeah, correct. So you see there's this 5 here, which is this building here, but it's not a coordinate that's represented. So for every coordinate, what you need to find is basically the highest y coordinate for it, except for the last point where it's 0. But once you find the highest y coordinate, so for example, this is 5, so there is this coordinate 10, there's 12, and there's 15. Alright, so the highest is 15, and then you need to compare it with the last coordinate that was added before that and make sure that they are not equal. If they're equal, then it's a repetition. So what will happen is you see 5, 15, there's already 3, 15 here, so 5, 15 would not actually be the contour. The next point is actually 7, 12, and the highest point for 7, as you can see, is either 10 or 12, and yeah. So basically all the points of all the buildings, you have basically got to ask the question, what is the highest y coordinate? And once you get the highest y coordinate, is it the same as the last y coordinate that was added into the contours? If not, is it the edge of a building and not the start of the next building? Because if it's the start of the next building, then you know then well, it's got to be part of the building contour. But if it's the final part of the building, okay, the final part of the contour, then it's gonna be a 0. And yeah, we need an algorithm that basically enables us to detect that consistently, right? So yeah, so that's basically it. And yeah, you got any questions? If not, let's implement it, shall we? But if you got a question, leave it in the comments below. Any part of my explanation you didn't quite understand. Okay, but anyways, enough talk. Let's do it. Let's get to the coding. Right, so let's create a set first. Alright, so new set, and then for let, well, basically what I'm doing is I'm iterating through the buildings. Okay, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that we first need to sort all the left and right points, because the buildings are sorted by the left coordinate. So what we need to do is ensure that we get all the points from left to right, and then check and then pump in the contours according to that order, because this contour here you can see it has a it has the highest y coordinate for the point 5 and the point 3 is exactly the same. So how do you know whether to put in 3 or 5 first? Of course, you need to put in the one that comes before, right? You don't put in 5 because if not, the contour might be 2 and then 5, but it's actually 3 that comes first. So you first need to sort it first, then you iterate through the points, and then for each point you iterate through the buildings, find the buildings whereby it's after the left coordinate but before the right coordinate, and then find the highest y coordinate, compare it to the last one. If it's not the same, okay, add it. If it's the same, just ignore it. And then also if it was at the edge, which is at the right coordinate, then you just don't give it a height. Okay, so I've already said how the algorithm is supposed to work a couple of times, and I hope that will help. Okay, I really hope it will. All right. Okay, let's first take a look, make sure that it's properly sorted. Okay, it is, and of course it's wrong because I didn't return anything. So the next thing we need to do is let n equals to buildings.length. So what we're gonna do is, remember, like I said, when we're gonna loop through the left, CP1, we are going to have a we're going to also loop through the buildings, right? And we're going to use a while loop. You can also use a for loop, to be honest, and that could work as well. Should we do that for fun? Then we wouldn't need this. You know what, let's give it a shot. It would be interesting, wouldn't it? So anyways, let's just loop through yeah, okay, let B of buildings. Actually, you know what, let's just use back this. And then okay, first of all, we still have to define the height, which is going to be equal to 0. Now, if the left is smaller than or equals to point, and the point is lesser than right, then height equals to math.max h and height. Okay, and then if result.length minus 1, the first value, equals to height, then continue. Basically, this is to ensure the consecutive thing we don't get it. So it's like in here, 315 and 515 doesn't get added. Then, and if this thing will never be hit for a value like 12, because there are no buildings that are whereby P is where 12 is greater than that. I mean, there are a few, but an n is also like less than the right. Okay, but whereas for all the other points there should be, right? So anyways, result.push P and height. Okay, so let's console.log the results and return result. Okay, so let's take a quick look. Fantastic. So I forgot that actually in the first there's nothing. So this doesn't matter, -1 doesn't matter, but you need the point of 0, and basically the height is minimum of 1 according to this question. Height greater than or equals to 1. So basically this the first contour point, let's just put it that way, will always be added. Wrong answer. Okay, sorry. Oh well. Accepted. Okay, seems to be working. So now let's try submitting this. Okay, so that's basically how you do it. Now it looks, the code I think is quite clean. So basically what happens, you sort all the points, left and right points, then after that you initialize the result with this dummy variable, which we're going to remove at the end, just to make sure that this condition can run, right? If you don't want to do this, I guess you can you know, basically if you don't want to do this, you can just do this. If result.length is greater than 1, and this should also work, and just return result normally. Let me see, let me think. Yeah, 2 3 shouldn't be in there. 0 3 2 3. No, greater than 0, my bad. Yeah. So bad. You can also try this method, and I believe it will work. It seems it's gonna be a bit slower though, because you have to do an additional check every single time. But you can argue it's a little bit simpler than in terms of understanding the code, but either way it doesn't matter. So anyways, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. This is sort of like the full explanation without, you know, taking too long, because I don't think you need a 30-minute tutorial to understand this. If not, and if you still don't get it, what I recommend you do is you can use this code if you want, or you can I'll put this code in the description below, but you can also use a tool like the one that I built to do your space repetition, and you can get Skyline C++, get Skyline JavaScript. You can also pump in your own give me a second, your own solution. So you can also do something like this, but maybe take out the console logs, and you can, let's just disable the voice, and then you can just repeat it, say 2 times, and you can do bars get Skyline, and basically this will help you enable you to develop your intuition for the algorithm, right? So once you develop that, then you can start asking questions of what code, you can start changing things, and once you can do that, basically you understand, or hopefully you understand it by then. I wouldn't say I know everything, this is just my opinion, and anyways, it's a process, it's a journey, so enjoy learning algorithms, man. Have a good day. Bye.